Okay, back, apparently. Okay, so unfortunately I did not realize how dumb the solution is, and I did not quit in disappointment. Though if I read that, I should probably just do that. Would have been funny to end stream right there, but well, let's not do that. Um, so unfortunately, in the few minutes that I was gone, I have not figured out anything. Very sad. Okay, so I want to take this key, throw it there, and then what? Then I have a key that's stuck there, and that doesn't really help me. What slot is the key in? Eight or seven. The key is an 8 or in 7. Neither of that helps. What I mean by that is, in particular, it is not in slot 3, which might have helped with despawning and respawning it. Okay, so maybe I want to take something with me into this room. But I'm not sure what that would be. Because clearly I already need a P-switch, and I also need a power-up to somehow get through here. I mean, I guess I could in theory take 2 power-ups with me, and then use the key and the P-switch to clip through the ground through this cloud here. Um, But that doesn't even solve the problem of um, doesn't even solve the problem of me not knowing how to get through here. I guess the slide switch is supposed to prevent me from doing like a bunch of first frame jumps in order to keep the camera low and then go back down here. I suppose that's the purpose of the light switch. Although it doesn't actually do that, right? Like, I'm fairly sure that there is a camera position such that I could hop over here without the light switch bothering me and without the spike position, without the spike ceiling bothering me. I don't think the light switch is that good at its job. Maybe it's as good as the Net Cooper in Gorilla 2. I mean, that guy is really just like the most incompetent thing I have ever used in a level, I think. Like, I have never seen a sprite that's this bad at its job as the Net Cooper in that level. To prevent me from filling all sprite slots. There's probably some setup using a remotely toggle, using a block factory that you can toggle remotely, or something like that. That totally prevents the slide switch from ever achieving its goal. Anyway, I mean, if I'm able to actually build a block factory, I mean, that would involve me actually having something to duplicate blocks with. I mean, I guess in theory the throw block can do that, but hmm. Hmm. Actually, wait a second. If I had 2 power-ups, then I can just go through here without activating the vine block. That's totally a thing that you can do. But, well, then that has the unfortunate consequence of, well, not activating the vine block. Which means that I can't get down here again. Hmm. Yeah, I just want to activate the P-switch twice. Can't possibly be that difficult, right? Hmm. Doesn't seem like an item memory gimmick. Would have been funny. If, like, after all of this, the point of this setup is just like an item memory gimmick. I don't think any of these tiles can set item memory, right? Like, invisible note blocks don't set it, I think. Coins and Yoshi blocks, yeah. Oh, this is something. Definitely not a test room. This is part of the puzzle. Also, good things happened here. Um, Actually, even if I had two P-switches here, this wouldn't help me. Because I couldn't possibly triple grab the key and two P-switches to go down here. So I either need a way to remotely get another P-switch, or I somehow have to find a way to get down here while having Yoshi with me. Or I somehow have to find a way to go down here. And I think I prefer the third option. Just do a bunch of first frame jumps off screen and go down here. I have an invisible Yoshi at this height, lock the camera at like some intermediate height. Such that you can jump up here, then just do this. Or maybe you're not supposed to go down here at all. Maybe you're just supposed to place, I don't know, a Yoshi here and then activate the keyhole with the tongue of a Yoshi. Which sounds possible minus actually placing a Yoshi here. You found a really stupid break. Great. I don't see it. Now you see another one that's far less annoying. Even better. I see neither of them. I mean, actually, I have technically just described the break. So I technically do see a break. Um, I think I need glasses in the first place. Like, I think I see glasses that like show breaks to me. Um, I mean, if you have two mushrooms, it's easy. Let me just state that. If you have two mushrooms, it's easy to get the key. My problem is I have no idea what I'm allowed to assume that I have. But two mushrooms seems like a decent assumption on what I can take into the room. I mean, I have to take something into the room. I guess. Maybe there's a way to take nothing into the room and still make it work. You feel like you're supposed to enter this room small. What do I know? I mean, I'm coming from this room. And coming from this room, I have to bring two P-switches. Or one infinite use P-switch. And also, I guess, a Yoshi to dismount. Or a cape. One of those two. But in any case, uh, In any case, I can't take that much into the second room. Because I have to sacrifice like one Yoshi. I don't think the cave is the correct way to avoid falling into the lava here. So I have to sacrifice a Yoshi, and I have to sacrifice a P-switch. So really all I can take into this room, ignoring triple grabs and stuff like that, is really one P-switch and perhaps a power. So okay. And I do think I want a power up, because, well, how am I supposed to reach the key otherwise? Okay, I don't see a solution to this room either. So let's get back to the room that I'm actually in. Also, I asked for a hint like half an hour ago, and I don't think you gave one since then. So, I will just ask again, because the situation has not changed, I think. Apart from the stream dying once, which didn't really help. Or maybe I missed some message. Which may or may not have happened. I mean, if you want to give a hint on how to get to the pipe, if you think that is useful to know, then just give a hint for that. I mean, please do. Hi, Louis. Also, yes, that exit to the pipe looks crazy, but just pretend it looks like this, and then I think you have the intended way on how to get to the pipe. I think it's supposed to be like this, really. The tongue thing from the beginning of the stream has another application. I mean, I suppose that is a hint. You cannot just use Yoshi to recycle P-switches. You really can't. I will not uncover this to prove this, but barring the most, like, degenerate Armageddon strats, no, you cannot do that. Okay, so what could a possible application of the thingy be? I mean, the glitch really is based around the following concept. The problem is, I mean, why the glitch occurs is fairly simple. And that is when the baby Yoshi grows, instead of this subroutine, instead of setting the animation directly, and instead sets a flag. And that flag freezes the game and is also responsible for the Yoshi changing animation. So in that way, you can transfer the animation from the currently hatching Yoshi to the hatched Yoshi. And then, because different animation states have different tongue heights, the growing animations also have different tongue heights. But since Yoshi is never meant to have his tongue out while growing, because that's not a thing that can actually happen normally in the game, there is no intended tongue height for those animation frames. So it just takes some random junk as data and treats this as the tongue height. And one of those tongue heights just happens to be 157 pixels below Yoshi. So that's where that comes from. The problem is, that pretty much explains the glitch. And I guess that means I somehow have to find a way to abuse the fact that, I mean, there's also one tongue height that is, I mean, I have written this down somewhere, 22 pixels below the normal position, which, well, doesn't really help. Not particularly interesting. I mean, it's one tile below the normal height. I guess there's something that you can do. Actually, it's not even a tile below the normal height. Actually, it's like 3 pixels below the normal height. It's completely useless. And the other height is even less useful, I think. It's like 5 pixels below Yoshi's head, which is like 3 pixels above the normal position, I think. Anyway, is there any use to... I mean, maybe that subroutine. I can technically just look at the subroutine for a second, then know which one is and I know where to look. Um, oops, doesn't find that. Apparently I'm not able to look because I forgot what to look for. Oops. Oh no. I actually have to dig through the code again. No. Apparently I've forgotten which address is responsible for this. That's not a good thing. In general. Yeah, it really isn't. Oh, that's not good. Well, I could find it now and see whether anything else happens in that part of the routine. Don't think it's anything that's useful. Let me just pretend it's not anything that's useful. Let's just... Oh no. I have lost the part of the code that's responsible for that. Well, not good. Not good. Ah. Ah, I have it. 01EC0E. Sees it. That's the part of the main Yoshi routine where it sees that the game is frozen. And then handles animation stuff. But it really just handles animation stuff. Actually, I think I have one possible application. I don't think it's a useful one, for that matter. But just to check whether I'm thinking about this correctly. Oh no. Oh no. This is a state in which I can't check that anymore. there we go. I have to do some things again. So there's gameplay, I guess. Here you get some gameplay in which I just replay some stuff in order to get to a state in which I can try the things that I want to try. Actually, I think I can I try it? No, I can't try it from this position. I can't feed Yoshi right now. Well, wait, I have to get the baby Yoshi. Let me just check whether I understand everything correctly. But first of all, I have to replay. Well, so replaying, fun, 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 fun. Oh no! This jump again. This jump again. Oh no. Ah, this is the good subpixel. Wait, is it not the good? It is the good subpixel. If you have a subpixel of point A on a left, yeah. If you have a subpixel of point A, you can just press right and you will always get the 33 speed wall clip. So really, it's just 1 in 16. Can't be that bad, right? Oh yeah. This time I'm actually doing it properly. This time I'm activating this block beforehand. So there we go. Get the P switch. Throw the Yoshi. Activate both blocks. Do a P switch jump. Be unable to climb, apparently. Oh, I pressed the P switch on the wrong frame. So the mushroom decided to go somewhere. Not good. But, well. What do you mean, can you technically dupe a baby Yoshi? How should I dupe it? With the Castello Grape, how dupe? I mean, you somehow have to store the sprite slot on Invisi Yoshi's tongue. That's a thing that you can do. Then you have to somehow spawn the Yoshi into the slot that's stored in the mouth. That's something you can do. Actually, I have to look at the exact setup in the Castello again. Wait a second, forgetting about my own hacks. There we go. Oh. Here. Okay, so you get the gray P switch, you dupe the gray P switch off screen, you store the gray P switches slot on the tongue, you then throw away the P switch, and then you Right, then you throw away the P-switch, have it spawn in another slot. And then split. Yeah, that works. Yep, that should in theory work. I mean, I wouldn't recommend slot 0 because have fun actually getting Baby Yoshi to spawn on slot 0. Anyway. Now hopefully I can finally try out the thing that I wanted to try out. Okay, so I want the Baby Yoshi to be like here. And then I want the springboard to be like here. And then I want to release actually that's not, I mean I want to, oh god. I mean, that's basically what I want to do. To see what happens. But I wanted to even closer to the springboard, I guess, and the springboard to be, I mean that seems like better position. Eh. I mean it can't work because Mario isn't moving during this period. Okay, so that's the problem. But if there was an additional Yoshi dying in lava, then maybe it would unfreeze. Then maybe it could work. It would unfreeze the entire situation and then maybe it would work. Ah. Is there something in slot 1? Or I mean, is there... Is that even enough tiles upwards? It's 0 tiles upwards, it's 9 tiles downwards, the 10 tiles upwards. 10 tiles downwards, I mean. It's just that the graphics do. But I'm pretty sure that the actual position of that springboard is... Actually, it is up here. Wait, what? Ah! Ah, that makes sense. It totally makes sense. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Never mind. It does make sense. The thing is, normally the offset from Yoshi's tongue relative to Yoshi is so small, um, that it can't possibly overflow. But in this situation, it can be big enough to overflow, I guess. It actually is this high. But no, it isn't, of course, not high enough like this. I mean, I'm just messing around at this point. I don't think this can actually help at this point. Like this, at least. There's probably some other... I mean, there is apparently some other smart application of this glitch. What? Ah. Wait. Actually, what's happening here? Actually, what is happening here? Uh, but why does it warp the sprite? Actually, why does it warp the sprite? Why does it do that? Because Yoshi's tongue is very well coded. Sure, but at least for most behaviors, I have like some reason behind that. Oh, I suppose? Hmm. Oh, I've seen that, I just don't know why it happens. I mean, the problem is that not that this is unknown to me, the problem is that I've actually never thought about it. Like, I always thought like, oh yeah, that's the thing that happens, but why does it happen? Like, really? I mean, it actually is happen. What actually is happening here? Um, hmm. mean, how many tiles is this really? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess. I mean, this is 352, and this is 248. So it moves 104 pixels. 104 is roughly 256 minus 157, which makes sense. It really is just an overflow. Actually, it makes even more sense because it is 256 plus 5 minus 157. Which is exactly what you would expect from reading the tables in the game. It changes from animation state B to animation state C, and one of them has Yoshi's tongue 5 pixels below Yoshi, and the other has it 157 pixels below Yoshi, which means it moves 152 pixels down. And if you get an overflow, what do you do with that? It doesn't move 152 pixels down, it moves 104 pixels up. Okay, makes complete sense. There is absolutely nothing weird going on. It moves 104 pixels up. Which brings us to the problem. Too many blocks. This is not happening. I mean, to actually look at this a bit deeper, it is Yoshi is standing here, and I get this height for the tongue. Okay, so if Yoshi is standing here, I get this height for the tongue. I could get the coin. I could not get the feather. I do not think getting the coin would help me. Okay, so this is not happening. Okay, so what else could I possibly do with this? I mean, I can remotely activate the tongue of a Yoshi. That's somewhat useful. I can warp the tongue 9 blocks down. Or actually 10. Actually, rather 9. It's just 9. I guess very useful in the beginning of the level. I can warp it 6.5 tiles upwards. Sometimes also useful, I suppose. Now the problem is that the baby Yoshi is in a lower slot. I guess if the baby Yoshi was in a higher slot, then the glitchy tongue wouldn't... I mean, if the baby Yoshi was in the higher slot, then the glitchy tongue wouldn't apply to the newly hatched Yoshi, but it would apply to the Yoshi that I'm currently sitting on. That... I mean, that can be abused, and it already was abused. But there's probably some other way to abuse that. Problem? This Yoshi is in slot 8. And slot 9 is full. I mean, I suppose I could go ahead and get the feather. Then slot 9 isn't full anymore. The problem is, can I just get the feather? Is that a doable thing? Also, one of the problems that I still have is that activating this multi-coin block always sacrifices a blue P-switch. At least the way I'm currently doing it. If I could sacrifice the silver P-switch instead, I'd be much happier, because there are no munchers. I mean, apart from those one, but I don't want to remove those. And this one. But I don't care about this one. I have a springboard. So if I instead could use this gray piece, which I'd be much happier. The problem is that I probably can't. Well, except that I can. Possibly? Can I? Only really one way to find out, right? Rewinding. Oh no, okay. Rewinding. Rewinding is always fun. Get the coin. Wealth. I'm sorry, but duplicating the coin block that's down there multiple times is unfortunately a much more efficient way of getting wealth. Rewinding is such a fun activity. You always get to see all of your past mistakes. Great. Something that I always wanted to see. Actually, at this point it might be faster to just load the save set again and play until this point. Once again. I mean, I really tried a lot of things that were basically all the same, but who cares? Something sunk cost fallacy. Actually, I'm somewhat curious. Can I maybe save this a different way? Or just like... Ah no, too late. Yoshi already eats it. Baby Yoshi already eats it, I mean. Something sunk cost fallacy. Something. The curse of infinite rewinds. It really is a curse. I mean, it's somewhat a blessing. I mean, it allowed me to rewind for the Bowser Statue Fireball sprite duplication glitch. Where I didn't realize that something had happened for like 10 minutes or so before I actually went back to check that. Okay, so the question is, where does this tongue go? Does it go high? Or does it go low? I don't see the tongue anywhere on screen. And I guess I can try a different position. Let's try a different position. Wait, I'm dumb. I placed the Yoshi on the same Y position and wondered why nothing changed. Very good. Really, I just want to see where the tongue goes. And it goes high. That's good. So I just have to somehow okay, now it goes low. Which makes sense. All of this makes sense. There's nothing weird about this. I swear, this actually makes sense. This actually makes sense. The Yoshi is too high. Ah. Okay, almost. Uh. Hmm. Are you kidding me? This is not working out. What? Did the tongue really go through, or am I just misreading the position of the tongue? I mean, it's plus 157, which is the same as negative 99. So this should totally hit. What? I am very much confusion. I am very much confusion. What is this? Wait, what am I doing? mean, I'm just trying to eat something. Can't possibly be that terrible. I mean, this tongue is going... Wait, why is this tongue going low? I would want to claim that this makes sense, but it doesn't make sense to me anymore. Why is this tongue going low? Like, why is it warping down? Why? What actually is happening? Maybe have the camera a bit higher. I mean, maybe that's the point? Having the camera a bit higher? I mean, at this point I'm just experimenting, but like... I mean, clearly it is not overflowing. This is why I wasn't expecting... Okay, so this is the point. I wasn't expecting the sprite position to overflow, because I have actually read the code today, and I have explicitly seen that the tongue position, the position doesn't overflow, which is why I was so confused. And then I just assumed that I misread the code. So I just assumed that I misread the code. But it really, I haven't misread the code. It really is that one of them has an overflow protection and the other one does not. This game is so broken. Like, there are two different routines. One of them changes attaching a sprite to Yoshi's tongue, and one of them checks whether a sprite should be attached to Yoshi's tongue. Those are two separate routines, and one of them has an overflow protection for exactly this glitch, and the other does not. I mean, you just saw that the should a sprite latch onto Yoshi's tongue part does have an overflow protection. But I also clearly just saw that the move sprite does not, because then it just happens to snap up by 256 pixels, because this is... I hate this game. I hate this game so much. This game is just a mess. I mean, it totally doesn't make sense that there is even overflow protection in the first place, because that there is even an overflow protection in the first place, because the numbers are never supposed to be as big as 157. Normally the numbers they're adding are like 13 and 50 something, and then no overflow happens, and then suddenly some weird glitch causes it to be like 157 and some other big number, and then suddenly an overflow protection triggers. Nothing makes sense. Game doesn't make sense. Who coded this? Probably like 50 different people. Which explains like the entire problem. Okay. So I can't get the P-switch. That's like sort of the point. I can't get the P-switch. I have now figured that out. Only took like 8 minutes or so of me staring at a tongue that is so obviously connected. It is so obviously connected to a P-switch. It doesn't grab. Also, pause. Magic key, please. P-switches interact on every frame. Come on, you know that. Okay, so what am I doing instead? So the problem is that I do not have a blue P-switch anymore, because I threw it away. Don't throw it away then. I mean, wait a second. Can I just... Have a good night, Dotsie. Okay, so let's try this again. This time, think about it a bit. So. So. Let me feed this Yoshi. Let me just feed it. Oh, this was a too quick duplication that can happen, by the way. Because this game is good and everything. And come on. Okay, so this time I stored the P-switch on the invisible Yoshi's tongue. So now the following things happen. I dismount Yoshi, I throw the P-switch away. And now, hopefully, when I throw this Yoshi away, I get the P-switch back, because this is how the game works. Okay, totally makes sense. Let's get the P-switch back. Okay, I have a P-switch again. Good. I don't know why I didn't do that the first time around. I have literally required this in a hack. Okay. And not only have I required that in a hack, Biob has also played that hack. Well, time to get a subpixel of A again. No, I will totally not do that systematically. Come on. It has to be A. Fortunately, 33... Oh, it is A. Oh, no. Come on. It has to be A. Fortunately, this kind of wall jump is subpixel perfect. Come on. Wait, actually, what did you want to tell me then with don't throw it away? What were you, what was the intention behind that statement then, if it wasn't that? Use the other P-switch? Wait, I actually don't know how to use the other P-switch. That's mean. I mean, I don't have the other P-switch yet. I mean, I really don't need it. I mean, I really don't need it. I mean, great. Then you can just remove that part, right? Wait, which I can't get? I'm fairly sure I can get that P-switch. I mean, what's the intended way to get the P-switch then? Because if it involves letting Yoshi run down here, then either kills a Yoshi or forces me to activate a certain cement block. Wait, something null sprite slot 3 is not the intended strat, right? Also, getting a null sprite always involves sacrificing a carryable item, so, well. I'm not doing that. Okay, so... what do I do now? Do I want to do a test even? Actually, where's my springboard? When did I lose my springboard? Is it still over here? Yeah, it's still over here, okay. Good. mean, I'm actually confused as to how I can't get the gray P-switch anymore, but I could before. Not like anything has changed, right? Anyway, I now have a blue P-switch. That's a good thing. Let me just... Actually, wait a second. Wait a second. And let the Yoshi run... Oh, don't let the Yoshi run just yet. I really, really hate the lack of flat ground in this level. It makes everything like 3 times as annoying to execute, because you can like never set anything up. Okay. Okay, so I can now get the gray P-switch. I don't know. Do this. Oh. Maybe don't do that. Oh, this is not good. This kills Mario. Too low. Well, that's not good. So let's rewind this a bit. I mean, I just want to get the gray P-switch. Just to have everything in one place for once. Okay, maybe this is a good height. Or for an invisible Yoshi, like this. Maybe this is the good height. Okay, so let's try it again. Also, I guess I can activate this cement block. Because I will totally get out of here using an invisible Yoshi anyway, so... So I might as well give me some extra time. So. I mean, I guess this is the intended way. And then I can go ahead and not sacrifice Yoshi anymore. I mean, I can't sacrifice him. Just have to get the springboard first. So I want to sacrifice Yoshi just so I can do certain glitches again. Also, I should totally take the springboard with me. I think this is a good position for a springboard. So, go through here. And now I have everything I could possibly want. And I guess the next part is to somehow remove the feather. And to remove the feather, I somehow have to go in here. And to go in there, I have to do something. Something. So I suppose I'm just doing the something then. And that something in my case is getting P-speed on 4 blocks. Because clearly placing 4 consecutive blocks is just an invitation to get P-speed, and allowing me to get P-speed. Oh, you can actually make it over here. Wow. I was always doing some dumb P-switch jump. Wow. You can just get over there. That's great. Ah. Okay, so now the feather is gone. And actually now I see a useful... Now I see a way to regain the mushroom. At least one of them. There's probably a way to regain both mushrooms after doing this. There's probably no need to sacrifice any of them. But I mean, I could obviously just have made this Yoshi I'm currently sitting on invisible and stored sprite slot 11 onto its tongue. So that obviously would have given me a mushroom. That's the thing you can do to keep a mushroom. And there might be even a way to keep both mushrooms. I mean, there might be even a way to keep both mushrooms just by being fast. I'm not exactly sure how fast you would have to be. I mean, there's also a way to keep both mushrooms by just waiting 20 minutes. But I think that's not intended, right? You're not supposed to loop anything. Also, I guess this isn't Armageddon, but doesn't hurt to try anyway. Ah. I suppose this is not Armageddon and I'm not supposed to do that. Uh, Come on, I'm just trying to... eat a mushroom. Can't be that hard, right? Oh. I'm hitting the lava too early. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. This is not how this works. Well, not like this. Hmm. Well, okay. I admit, I did not think this through. I have to do this again. Oh, actually the way back is the problem, right? Is it really the problem though? Or can I somehow... Actually the way back is the actual problem. Oh no. Well, that's not a thing that I like. Okay, so let me just ignore all of these technical problems for a second and just let me explore what the benefit of doing all of this hypothetically would be. So I will now fail to duplicate a P-switch apparently. Oh, I will now duplicate this P-switch. So I will now just waste this P-switch for the sake of argument. Or really, I don't even have to waste it. I can do this. I can do this more convincingly. By that I mean I can do what I'm just about to do. So let's let me just collect the cape, get out of here, and then so let me just pretend that I did this. Okay. I already said like how I would do that. I would store slot 11 on an invisible Yoshi's tongue and then use the other Yoshi to do everything that happened just right there. Okay. The thing is I now have to somehow make it over there, while my Yoshi also makes it over there. I swear this is possible. Has to be possible, right? I mean, if it's not possible, then, well, I have to do something dumb, but I guess I have to do something dumb then. That's not what I wanted to do, but this is possible. Okay, so first of all, grab P-switch. Yeah, that's a really useful glitch. Actually, the cursor glitch would work on Yoshi too. It's a very powerful glitch, to be fair. It breaks most hacks. Very few very few hacks resist the mouse cursor glitch. See, if you build a hack without sprites, then then it won't work. Come on. I mean, even if you can drag Mario, then you can make it. You can build a level where you can't place Mario anywhere. Like you just trap Mario in a cement box. And I mean, I guess every possible level is also broken by this glitch. So in this sense, it is. It works in every hack. This is dumb. What I'm doing here is dumb. Don't do this. But it is, in theory, possible. Oh god, this is... Let me just say that this is dumb. But that it works. Let me just state that it is very dumb. I am not proud of what just happened. But it worked. Okay, and now the feather is gone. So since the feather is gone, I can now, for once, hopefully, spawn this guy in slot 9. Okay. This is what I wanted to achieve. I now have an invisible Yoshi. Now I have a baby Yoshi in slot 9. And a visible Yoshi in slot 8. Which means that the visible Yoshi is in the lower slot. The adult Yoshi is in the lower slot. Which means everything is good now. I hope. So. Let me just experiment with this. I mean, everything that can be done right. I cheated for one thing. And the one thing I really didn't need the cheats for. Like, that's the trivial part. That's the part that I'm fully able to do. So this is totally a state where I could reach legit. Which is always good. Like, I don't need the cheats right now. Even though my solution is really ugly, and I admit that. I totally admit that. Okay. So. Also, I know this piece which looks silver, but it really is a blue one. This is important. I also have a silver piece, but I don't. But actually, that one is unneeded. So I guess I could have just done a P-switch jump and not recycled the P-switch. If you want a less degenerate way of keeping Yoshi there. Okay, so please, fish. Please just jump into the baby Yoshi's mouth. Come on. You can do it. You can do this. I believe in the fish. Come on. Please. Please. Just want to test something. Please, fish. Cooperate. Nice. Please tell me this is intended. Please tell me this is intended. This has to be intended. I have no clue if it is. It is. It is. Are you kidding me? This is great. This is absolutely great. Okay. Yes, there's also a third room. There's also a fourth room. Okay. So, let me, for once, bring all of the items somewhere. I mean, I'm probably required to keep both mushrooms, right? And I mean, I already know a strat on how to keep both mushrooms. Much worse. You want me to keep the cape? Oh god, oh no. And a fire flower. You want me to keep cape and a fire flower that isn't even in the level yet. Oh no. Okay, so put everything in there. Come on. There's probably a better way to do this. If there is, please don't tell me. I will just be mad. I will just be mad if somebody tells me that there's an obvious better way to do this. I mean, there obviously is some better way to do it. But this technically also works. I like this glitch a lot. It is not frame perfect. It is also not close to frame perfect. Actually, I was fairly certain that I could require it, but then I discovered the neat 1F0 key setup. So I just used that instead. It is a really nice setup. I really like that setup. It's one of the rooms that I'm most proud of in the entire hack. Apart from the underwater one-tile gaps, of course. I am also very happy with that room for completely different reasons. Please delete the entire water section. Why? I swear, if you're good at if you're good at precision swimming, it really isn't that difficult. What was the previous room? The previous room was... what was it? Pausing to jump off... pausing to jump off Bowser Statue Flames. Right. That's the room. Maybe you mean the previous one then. Okay. Okay, so... let's just... the one with the layer 2 piece. I mean, that's not an easy room. It really isn't. It looks easier than it is, I think. It is a hard room. I will totally admit that. I mean, I've never actually replayed the entire hack on stream. Just like replayed certain rooms. So let's wait for a fish. Come on. Fish. You can do this. Okay, maybe I should. No, I will of course not do that. Because this is... I mean, like, this is an actual thing. This is an actual problem. This is not like a technical difficulty that is just like trivial to overcome and just slightly annoying. I actually have to figure out a setup for this. Because like, I have no idea how this would work. When I actually have like everything I need. Like, really everything that I need. Okay. Oh, that was once again too late. Uh, is there a nice setup for this? Like one that doesn't involve trying like a million different fish timings? Okay, so you're really supposed to brute force your way here. Like you're really supposed to brute force this using frame advance, like I'm currently doing. Okay. That's all I need to know, really. Oh, come on. I guess. I mean, you can't do the up throw setup for the springboard glitch because you need well, I guess you have to grab the P switch on Yoshi here. Alright, there's this setup for, oh god. There's this setup for grabbing things on Yoshi. I mean, I'm not actually sure if you have to. I mean, if I'm not sure if you're supposed to take both items with you. I mean, I just assumed that you have to because it's possible. Doesn't mean anything. Wow, this is a bad position. This is a better position to be in. What do you mean I'm not supposed to have that gray piece with? I mean, sure, I'm not supposed to have the gray P switch, but this is not the gray one, this is the blue one. I didn't actually use the gray one for anything, I just kept it. Hmm, there has to be a better way to do this. Oh god, so the intended items really are a flower and a feather. I see, I see. Oh, this is good. Uh, Yes, there is no flower. That's the point of my statement. There is no flower, which means but I'm still totally expecting Biob to require me to have one. Oh, was that good? Come on. Actually, why is double grabbing on Yoshi so annoying? Isn't that there has to be some better way to double grab on Yoshi? Actually, this might be a better setup. Have a good night, Magicy. Ha! Okay. So unfortunately I don't have the feather. And the flower. Do I actually want the feather out of here? I mean, I guess I want that. The part that confuses me about the feather is, I mean, if I'm supposed to get the feather out of here, then it's clearly not using this way. So, is this once again just an elaborate fake, like this filter? Or is there actually some meaning behind this feather? Behind this filter and this way to get to the feather? I mean, I guess it is a question that I want answered. Like, is this level in this state still possible? This is the question, precisely the question that I want answered. It is still possible. I mean, that's a question, that's an answer that actually tells me pretty much nothing, but I'm still happy. Yeah, I totally expected the filter to be fake. Like, I've broken that filter like 2 or 3 times now. And every time it has gotten more ridiculous. And at this point, it's like basically impossible to pass that filter. Apart from the thing that I did, which I would have, like, I think that would have been pretty funny if that was the actual intended solution, what I just did. Like, there's a feather there, and its only purpose is to be a collectible permanent slot filler. Simply because there are, well, no other permanent collectible slot fillers. Actually, are there no other permanent collectible slot fillers? I mean, the key would have use. A springboard would have some use. All other power-ups are not persistent. Like, orbs are persistent and collectible, but they end the level. Actually, orbs aren't persistent, right? But they still end the level. So I guess the question is really just how do I get this feather? And for that we first note that 9 blocks above the feather is already the ceiling. So that's not the way to do it. Furthermore, we note that item swapping is not the way to do it. That stunning is not the way to do it. And lastly, that this feather is in slot 9, so using a sumo brother is not the way to do it. Which makes me wonder, what is the way to do it? But I think this is a question that I will think about next week again. And so I will just end the stream right here. Have a good night, everyone. I hope I can finally leave this room behind next week. But I learned a lot about this game today. So there's that. I skipped the entirety of the spiny section. I used the spiny. What do you mean? Yes, to get a peace pitch, I'm not supposed to. I mean, there really isn't anything you can do about it, I think. I think you just have to admit that this peace pitch is pointless. The grey one. Like, storing a sprite on an invisible Yoshi's tongue. I mean, how can you prevent that? If you actually want me to have the invisible Yoshi. Anyway, maybe you'll figure something out, maybe you won't. I mean, just a reminder, I also didn't think about it for like how many weeks now? So there's that. Anyway, Have a good night.